morning. I've covered elections that have been slowed down by blizzards, where that weather just impacts you getting out there. So the good news is that today we'll have some really quiet conditions for whatever you need to do, whether it's vote or a grocery shop or whatever.
Miserable weather-wise, I would assume. That'd be pretty rough. This morning, though, it'll be pretty nice, huh?
Yeah, it's just a little bit cooler out there. That's probably the first thing you're going to notice. You're going to step outside and you'll feel the difference. Temperatures are in the upper 30s this morning with clouds and some drizzle. We've got north and northwest winds at 12 miles per hour. Cloudy skies out there this morning, some patchy drizzle that should taper off here once the sun comes up. Temperatures are about 10 to 15 degrees colder now than they were this time yesterday. It's 38 degrees in Springfield, 37 in Monette, and 39 degrees in Branson. And it's because we've got those winds that have shifted to the north and northwest behind yesterday's front. So a little bit of a damp start. Otherwise, we'll have dry roads through the afternoon. Things smooth sailing by dismissal in the evening commute. We're looking at just a couple of clouds and that temperature at 59 degrees by dismissal. It should overall be a pretty nice day. Then by tonight, we bring back a chance for some showers and storms with a severe threat to the south of Springfield. So we have to talk about the timing and threats of that. And then we've got more showers and storms in the forecast for Thursday. Details on that coming up in 10 minutes.
Color 10 is your local election headquarters, and today, Missouri voters have a chance to cast ballots in the presidential preference primary.
Color 10's Nija McDonald joins us live from one of Greene County's central polling places. And Nija, just over your right shoulder, it looks like you have some early voters out there.
Good morning, Lauren and Joe. That's right. Just before you guys came to us, the first voter here for MSU's central polling location walked through those doors. So she is up bright and early here this morning casting her ballot. Now the polls are officially open and will remain open until 7 p.m. this evening. I had the opportunity to speak to Greene County Clerk Shane Scholler, and he mentions that the county is taking extra safety precautions to eliminate and kind of prevent the spread of germs. So when you head to your polling location, you may see things that you might not have seen before, which will include gloves for you to put on and use at the polling location, as well as there will be more antiseptic wipes to use as well. He also mentioned that you can actually use a ballpoint pen or a stylus that you might have for a smartphone to go ahead and use during any of those touch screen options while you're casting your ballot. However, he says that they are making sure that they are doing whatever they can to keep voters safe so that voters are able to come out and cast that ballot. Today, again, as a reminder, you are voting for who you would want to see as your president of the United States. Again, as a reminder, polls are open now and will remain open until 7 this evening. Reporting live at MSU, Nija McDonald, Ozarks First.
All right, thank you, Nija. In your medical coverage, events nationwide are being canceled due to concerns over the coronavirus. Now that includes a gaming event that was planned in Missouri. Organizers have decided to postpone the Pokemon Go Safari Zone event in St. Louis. A website posting announced that news. It also says organizers are looking at alternative dates to host the next gaming event within the next year. However, all is not lost for those who bought tickets and had planned on attending.
For anybody that bought tickets to the event, they're going to get the stuff that they were going to get there anyway. It's just going to spawn where they're at. So instead of being stuck at one location, they're going to get it wherever they're, local. So they don't even have to travel if they don't want to.
You can find a list of other public events canceled nationwide on our website, ozarksfirst.com.
The flu season is still lingering. Allergy season is happening as well. There may be some concerns about symptoms that mimic COVID-19. We got some facts to help you differentiate, though. Those coronavirus symptoms include a fever, a cough, shortness of breath, or just some general difficulty breathing. Flu symptoms have a fever and a cough, but also muscle aches, sore throat, and fatigue. And allergies include sneezing, itchy nose or eyes, or watery, red, or swollen eyes. Don't forget to find all of our local and national coverage about this on ozarksfirst.com. We have a link on there that says the latest on the outbreak, and each day at 2 p.m. you'll see a live stream with what's the latest on what's happening. The page also has information from the Centers for Disease Control.
In more local news, elementary school students had an opportunity to experience firsthand what a special ability student goes through every day. Yesterday was the first time the school hosted an event for Disability Awareness Day. The goal is for students to not be afraid to create relationships with people who are different from them. There are 6 stations set up in the gym. Each represents a different disability. Students say they learned a lot from going station to station.
Take these, yep. They could be a generation to grow up and be totally okay with someone with a disability.
Being different isn't completely easy. You have to work hard and pay a lot of attention when you have a disability.
There was also a station where students were asked to say all of the things that they have in common.
Around the Ozarks for you, just a week ago, Nashville was devastated by a tornado that claimed at least 24 lives. The South and Midwest know quite well how that all can change in just a few minutes, all because of Mother Nature.
Our State of the Ozarks contributor Josh Heston shows us the importance of this week in Missouri's history, as it was 100 years ago tomorrow. A town called Melva was here and then gone.
At the turn of the 20th century, this area south of Hollister was a mining district, and right here was a whistle-stop town on the railroad. But 100 years ago, that all changed.
The storm system had produced a major tornado that started around the Long Creek Bridge, Big Cedar Lodge, and it came across Turkey Creek and hit the families of Melva and destroyed the town. 11 people died right here. 9 of those were children.
This tiny Ozarks town became a place of tragedy on that March day in 1920.
The Mankey children went to the Box children to play. Their house was right on the creek, and when the tornado hit, they were all thrown into Turkey Creek, which was at flood stage.
For Tammy Morton and Angel Wolf, these stories are personal.
My great-great-grandparents were Mary Elizabeth and Preston Mankey. They owned the general store and post office.
Little Bill was the youngest child of Preston and Mary Elizabeth Mankey. He was 7 years old. Little Bill was playing with his big brother Reggie.
At one point, I think he even had a hold of Little Bill's coat, but the current was too swift and it swept him on downstream.
His mother was a writer and a poet, and she wrote a poem called Lost. And basically it was a lament about how could we have failed him, Lord, to let him struggle in the dark waters to die alone.
Both historians find profound meaning in their research.
We don't want to remember the tragedy as much as we want to remember the people and all the good stories that came out of Melva.
There were people living ordinary lives, and it just like that, it can change. And I think any lesson anybody could take out of it is you don't know how much time you have.
In Hollister,
make the most of it while you're here.
Josh Heston, Ozarks First.
So tomorrow is the anniversary of the tornado. If you want to learn more, there's a presentation that will be at 5 p.m. at the Branson Centennial Museum, as well as a 2 o'clock Tuesday talk on March 17th at the Branson Centennial Museum. Finally, a presentation at Hollister's Hatitude Ball is planned. That'll be happening on May 1st.
What you notice as you head out the door is temperatures cooler out there yesterday or this morning than they were yesterday, by about 15 degrees cooler, starting out at 38 degrees in Springfield. Details on a severe threat returning late tonight into tomorrow coming up next.